So let's look ahead then, shall we, to today's Euros action on talkSPORT, brought to you by Trade Point, and it is Group A, the final round of group matches that we are looking ahead to. And pretty much all the teams still have something to play for. But if we focus on Italy against Wales in Rome, we know that Italy are already through to the last 16 and they'll top the group if they avoid defeat to Wales. But Wales, they still have an outside chance of going top, of course, if they can get the win against Roberto Mancini's side. But they'll certainly be confirmed in the top two with a draw, or if Switzerland fail to beat Turkey. There's so many permutations, and believe me, it gets a lot more complicated as we go through each group throughout this week. But let's talk about Wales then, because you said when we were talking about your standout teams so far that Wales is one of those that you've been impressed with so far. What is it about Wales then that stood out? Because
I think they've shown. I mean, Daniel James has had a great tournament so far. He's been recorded as the second fastest player in the tournament so far.
I mean, listen, when he was playing for Swansea, I know what it was like when he scored against Brentford, and he's got pace.
I thought they'd done really well in not playing as well as most people think they're capable of against Switzerland, but got something out of a game that they were in trouble in. And I thought they showed some great qualities. Obviously, Bale and Ramsey turned up in the last game because they made a huge difference to Wales. And I think they're a side that are showing that they can hurt teams. There's a lot of pace and a lot of ability, and they've got a bit of everything. They've got Kiefer Moore plays centre forward, who's leads the line really well. They've got Daniel James on one side who can just drive at people, and run people ragged, any fullback, and then they've got the quality of a midfielder like Ramsey who can get in dangerous positions, and Bale can do the quality ball. And by the way, looks like he's prepared. Well, fair play to him for the last 18 months to turn up at these Euros and start playing well. He had his times at Tottenham, but he never really convinced. And I thought it was terrific in the last game, even though he missed a penalty. I thought that was the Bale of old. There was times when he wanted to get at people. I mean, we all remember the time when Gareth Bale was running at defenders and they were frightened of him because he was so quick. He showed a bit of that, and if he can keep showing that and improve it, Italy haven't got the quickest, especially two centre halves. I'm not sure if they're all fully fit.
Yeah, because Chiellini went off injured.
He came off injured, but whether what does Roberto Mancini do? Does he leave a number out anyway and give other people opportunities? Italy have been probably everybody's biggest surprise, because we knew they had a great record. They had friendlies against sides that they could beat comfortably, a great defensive record in that. But they've still shown their desire to go and close teams down and get up high up the pitch has been brilliant to watch.
Yeah, it's interesting because with regards to that first game for Wales against Switzerland, which was that 1-1 draw, I sort of looked at it a little bit different. I think Wales got out of jail in that one. I think the Switzerland were the far better team. Obviously, Kiefer Moore got that goal. I think they showed a lot of defensive frailties. Set pieces were a problem for them, but they've worked on it. And I thought that Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey were quite anonymous in that
You're
first
harsh
game.
That,
I know, I am harsh, but that's what I'm paid to do sometimes, to be harsh. But having said that, you look at the Turkey game.
Natalie Keenum.
That's how I saw it. I
would agree with you on a lot of what you said, as in they gave too many crosses were going into their box against Switzerland. Switzerland, freely getting the ball in. But I did think they was a threat in the Swiss game. You could see, especially Daniel James, was always creating a problem.
And I think people questioned why he was taken off, and then we saw how upset he was by being taken off. Look, there's no question that Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey were terrific against Turkey. I mean, Aaron Ramsey probably should have scored more goals than that terrific goal that he did score in the end. So I can see how from that second performance why you're suggesting Wales have been
they got
one of the
4
standout
points
teams.
in a group.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Turkey were decent, or seemingly meant to be decent. They've been the biggest disappointment.
Just about to say the same.
They went to Baku and, in front of a very much Turkish-based audience and put on a show and could have won comfortably 3-4-0 against Turkey. So, yes, I understand, and you're right to say that, because, they could have lost to Switzerland quite comfortably. But I thought they showed, even in that game, still a desire and hunger to get back into a game.
Well, in that opening game, we should obviously praise Danny Ward because he was terrific in the game. He really did keep Wales in it. And when you consider that he's not really played much league football, and the same for Wayne Hennessy, I suppose, as well. They haven't had much game time, but he's been preferred, Danny Ward, to Hennessy, and doing really well actually for Wales. I think that's fair to say. You're quite right about Turkey. Everyone was talking about them being the dark horses because you looked at their qualifying campaign. They'd taken 4 points off France. They finished second. I think they'd only conceded 3 goals in qualifying. And in fact, I think they'd only lost 3 of 26 matches coming into these championships. But they've really crumbled when
they did.
When they really need to be on top of their game.
Yeah, they did. But I'm looking forward to seeing Wales again today. I mean, it's hard because we don't quite know what Italian lineup will be. I mean, Locatelli has looked a real player, hasn't he, in the heart of the Italian
especially
midfield.
When everyone's been talking the miss of Verratti, but
well, Verratti is a miss because
but Locatelli's come in and done a great job.
He's done a great job, but Verratti's a terrific player. He's one of my favourites in Europe. He always keeps the ball, and hopefully they'll get him fit before the end of the tournament. Spinazzola, fullback. Looking forward to seeing him. Hope he plays because he's number 1. He was the quickest.
Is it?
Spinazzola was the quickest time. I'm not sure that they've had Mbappe in these races because I'm pretty sure Mbappe could beat everybody.
Yeah, well, France haven't tried yet, so that's why it's just not registered on the old speedometer.
But a great game to see where they both are, and I think, you just don't quite know. I mean, I know what I think of Italy. They have been a big surprise to me. But what will their lineup be? But Wales will go there, and then they can go there with intentions of getting a result. Well, they're capable. When Wales are on and they're good, they can be a far different proposition for most teams.
What would you think score-wise then?
I don't know because I don't know the lineup of Italy now.
You're absolutely right to question it because
all
you're
those guessing
teams,
on this.
all the teams that have qualified. It's quite an easy one for some managers to think.
Wales have got it done enough.
Players,
They're already going to get through with 4 points, and and look at the other groups. There's certain teams that can't get past them anyway. So, no, I don't know. If they get a draw, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ended a draw, I think it'd be a really valid draw inside because Italy have a way of playing that Mancini, it's very like, and I said it the other week, it's very much like on how Leeds work, how the work rate of Italy has been sensational. And even when they were 1-0 up, they continued to play in the same vein, which Italy have never done in the past. They would change game plans to stop you. They was defensive minded. They were always one of the best nations in the world of football, stopping oppositions.
Yeah.
And this Italy team, for me, don't really play like that because there's so much ambition to get forward.
Well, I was going to say that their offensive abilities has been terrific. I mean, they hadn't, as we all know, coming into this European Championship, they never scored 3 goals in a Euros game before, but they've done that twice. Yeah. So, really intriguing game. It's live on talkSPORT with Adrian Durham presenting it, Joe Shannon and Dean Ashton, your commentary team. And that was a look ahead to the upcoming Euros action, brought to you by TradePoint, official sponsor of talkSPORT's coverage of UEFA Euro 2020.